All right, first question. Hi, thanks for the great video. I have a strange issue in Octane for Blender. When using the photon tracking or tracing kernel, the cryptomats AOV come out tiled, fragmented instead of a clean mat. Path tracing and direct lighting work fine. I can't attach images here, but I have a screenshot of the issue, and I can share it if you want. I can share if you need it. Have you seen this before? Now, one thing, yes, the photon. When you're using the photon, certain AOV passes don't work. Okay, I went in here, and in our community here, I have a chat GPT bot that I've been training for the past year and a half now. And I went in here and asked it some questions. One question I already knew the answer to that question. That, like, if you want to use certain passes, most of those passes will be available in the direct kernel and in the path tracing kernel. So when I popped open my bot, this is basically what it gave me here. One other note you need to make sure of: if you're doing an animation with the photon, right here, scenes must be static, no camera or geometry movement. Post baking, or the photons will be misaligned. So if you have an animated camera and you're trying to use the photon and you're trying to do passes, it's not going to work. It's going to be broken, right? Then if I scroll down here, also, here's another thing: photon kernel does not conflict with cryptomats or other AOV passes. It supports them, but remember, cryptomats only works with direct and path tracing kernels, not the photon. So if you need a cryptomat, just export it out in a path tracing or a direct lighting, and then continue using your final render in the full photon. Remember, what my main question would be also, why are you using photon versus path tracing? Now remember that the photon is not just like a general use kernel. It's pretty much made for, if you hear the photon, using the photon, sorry guys, I'm coming in here dry, no coffee. The photon tracing is used when you need caustics and light paths that standard path tracing cannot solve, especially when it comes to glass, heavy light, heavy liquid scenes. So if you got a heavy liquid scene or you're doing something heavy with glass, that's when you want to use the photon kernel. Other than that, for general stuff, you probably want to stick with the path tracing kernel, right? So that will be my major question. Why do you choose the photon versus using the path tracing, right? So I hope that answers your question. Hey guys, if you're new here and you want to learn Blender Octane, I got a free 101 guide that will help you get up to date, started with Blender Octane for free. Links down in the description. Yo, what up guys? My name is Patrick LeVar. If you guys are new here, these are my daily report videos on how I'm building a profitable Blender Octane community on the Skool platform, currently making about $485 a month through my community. In these videos, I'm going to open up with answering some YouTube comments. Then I'll talk about building my strategizing in public on what I'm doing in my community. And then I'll go through my growth stats across each one of my channels. Again, if you're not tracking it, if you're not tracking a certain value, then you don't know anything about that value, okay? If you guys are not familiar with Skool, Skool is another platform that one of my mentors, I call him mentor because everything I'm learning about business is coming from Alex Hermosi, and we have the Skool platform where you can turn your passion into a community and learn together, and you can even make some money on it. All right, anyway, so let's get back to knocking out some more of these questions here. All right, so that was the first question that I opened up with, was the render kernel question. Again, just to summarize that the photon, when you're using the photon, you cannot get clean out cryptomats. You got to use standard or the direct or the path tracing. Okay. Next one from 30 True. What did we talk about? Oh, True. So I did quick another little post here. Start by, actually, let's go in here. Most artists think you need to grind until everything looks just right before you can make money from their work. But here's the truth: your art can be valuable now, flaws and alls. When I first started, my renders weren't flawless, but I shared them anyways and attracted clients and saw people who saw potential. Stop overthinking and start sharing what you have. Find your style, show your work, and connect with people who appreciate you on your journey. Basically what I'm doing here, guys, like, I'm not a master of Blender or Octane, but I'm just sharing out everything that I know about Blender. I'm just sharing it out, and I've built a community off of just sharing, not just showing. Like I could just be like every other 3D artist, especially like on Instagram, that all I do is just show you the render, show you the render, show you the render. No, I'm showing you the process, showing you the ups and downs, the goods and bads of getting the render. Most people can relate to that because everybody has struggles, ups and downs. So we can relate to that a lot more better than just, oh, look what I made. Look what I made. Look what I made. Well, I'm doing, hey, look what I'm making. And oh, this didn't work. Oh, this worked. Oh, this worked. Now look what I made. You'll get more traction. You'll get more people who will follow you on your journey because everybody struggles to make things, right? And it's good if it's one thing that I struggled on, somebody can learn from that. Now I'm helping somebody and providing value in the same time. So that's why it's very powerful to share your journey, guys. Share. It doesn't have to be good. Everything doesn't have to be perfect. You know, share the love, share the journey. True. Thank you very much. Much appreciate it. Next one here. Ooh, Wimbo. 100%. There is no perfect time. The sooner people realize that, the better. Absolutely so true. Mastering real world lighting, no perfect time to start. Somebody was asking me like, you know, when should I start learning Octane? Like right now I feel like I don't know enough. I'm like, just start. Like even when I first started learning 3D, like I don't understand why people think there's this perfect time or this perfect window. There's never a perfect time. There's never a perfect window. Just start your journey now and get it out the way. That's the hardest part. Wimbo's another fantastic YouTube creator, guys. Check out his channel. He does some amazing stuff. He does a lot of Unreal Engine. He also does some Cinema 4D stuff. Take a look. Oh, dude, that is super dope. I love that. That's awesome. Take a look at his channel, guys. Much appreciated. I'm super grateful that he's actually following me. It's really cool. Another one, the key question, does it require a lot of math knowledge like GeoNodes does? What are we talking about here? Vectron, actually no, Vectron does not need a lot of math. No, it's like literally simple booleans, and that's about it. It does not, it's not even like geometry nodes. It's not the same type of thing. Vectron is a Vectron. So yeah, you do not need to know crazy geometry nodes like that. And I mean, it's not GeoNodes, it's Vectron. It's totally different. Hey guys, if you're new here and you want to learn Blender Octane, I got a free 101 guide that will help you get up to date, started with Blender Octane for free. Links down in the description. Hi, I would like to know how you address cleaning your material libraries and assets. Do you keep them locally in the cloud or in a separate hard disk? I'd like to see how you interact with your materials on your workflow. Also, a hunting material, and also hunting materials for free source videos would be nice. Nothing that Octane has not so many free sources for procedural materials. Okay, basically you're trying to figure out like, how do I do my materials? My whole material workflow is basically one, my community, we build materials together, and a lot of us share them. We kind of get together every so many months and we put all of our materials in one big Blender file, and that's here, right here, our Octane Skool material asset library. And what I do is, and also we got this new one here, we just built this metal pack library, right? So these are available for members in the community. I also have free ones on my Gumroad. The link will be somewhere around here. But basically, what I typically do is just, if I'm making a material for a project, I save that material, and then I just use Blender's standard asset. Yeah, I don't do a cloud service or anything like that. I just keep it on my hard drive here. And if I know, when I had my laptop, I had a little portable SD hard drive, you know, like a Samsung 8 gigabyte, or well, not 8, whatever, 250 gigabyte hard drive. So I would put some materials on that too, but I keep them locally on different hard drives here on my system. I don't have anything on the internet. And what I typically do is just build my own asset libraries, right? If I come in here and quickly show you, here is, I'll come in, and then V6 library here is the asset library that we've been saving up for our Skool members. Just kind of project based, and like, oh, here's this, share it out, save it, right? I've done that. And then I've also put together members in our community have like literally donated materials. Like literally, here's one of the packs that one of our members in our community donated that he's been just accumulating from free online sources, and he built his own database of materials, all based from free assets. It's pretty much, these are all pretty much PBR materials, but like, I mean, we're talking massive. It was he literally shared out years of his database and provided it for us in our community here. That's why, again, we help each other. It's a community. That's what the whole point of a community is, right? So there's some of those. And other than that, like, I convert a lot of materials from Quixel Bridge, things like that. I'll convert them one time. If I'm using it on a project, I'll convert it one time, put it in my asset browser and save it. And that's pretty much it. If you're looking for something paid, we also have some fantastic materials from the Pixel Lab. Pixel Lab has these different packs of materials made for Blender Octane. They even have a procedural pack, which is like more, I think it was pack number 3, which is more heavily procedural style shaders, things like that. Look at Meat Plus, interesting, right? So I'll put the link down below for them if you're interested in taking a look at that. But yeah, other than that, just building materials and saving them as a Blender asset using Blender's asset browser works perfectly fine. It's the quickest and easiest way to use and get out my materials. All right, so as far as building strategies and things I'm working on at the moment, right now at the moment, I'm just literally trying to figure out ways that I can stay a lot more focused on doing the things that need to be done, that don't stop focusing on these little tasks that I keep tending to be working on, which are actually not leading to more value-based tasks. For example, I'm currently reading this book right here called, by Brian Tracy, Eat the Frog. And it's basically saying that most people, we tend to gravitate and procrastinate on the big project, the most important projects, and we focus on the little tiny stuff that doesn't really matter. For me, in a sense, constantly checking my emails and just doing all of these other little things, except for the big project the big ugly frog that I know I should be working on. And for me, that is releasing YouTube content, releasing YouTube videos, because those take the most time, but they also give me the most value and reward, because one, they bring people to my community, they bring people into my whole ecosystem that I'm building here. And instead of focusing on these little nonsense things that don't really equal, as far as, I mean, the thing is, small tasks will always multiply. These large tasks help you achieve your goal in the long run. Checking my email every single day is really not going to help me make more money with my community, versus making YouTube videos every single day would bring way more value to my whole community and to my system of what I'm building, right? So this book has been insane. I bought it yesterday, impulse buy, really shouldn't have bought it. It was like $30 Japanese yen, which is completely crazy. It was like $10 US Amazon, $30 in this bookstore. But you know what, I'm $30 towards knowledge. I'm actually happy that I did it. There is one thing that I wanted to kind of I saved a couple of pages, and there's one thing that I woke up today and I looked at, and just to remind me was, check it out: resist the temptation to clear up small things first. Small things tend to multiply. The more you do, the more there's still going to need to be done. Absolutely fantastic. So that's why I stopped and literally got on this video. I took 3 days off from the daily reports. I think I'm going to take the weekends off, because that's the whole point of building a community, making a little extra income, is to enjoy your free time, to buy back your free time. And I wanted to spend time with the family, and we went out and ate dinner and stuff like that. So it was nice just to take 2 days off, clear my mind, reset. Monday's back in here, get back on the grind, showing up every day, putting in the reps, doing these videos, and constantly experimenting. Like this time, I'm going to start off trying to be more focused on answering your guys' questions. So if you got questions, throw them down below. And I'm jibber jabbing. So let's just finish up with the growth stats. Again, the reason why I do the growth stats is because if you're not tracking it, you don't know anything about it, right? So I'm tracking basically my community. One thing, quick note for those of you who are not in the community, we are doing a Porsche render challenge here. This one, we are basically simulating that we have a client. This is to help us, some of these freelancers in here, to practice. Here is, I'm going to quickly go through. Here is our 9/11 render challenge brief. We basically have a client. Porsche has come to us. We have 3 scenarios. We can do scenario A, which is a billboard launch ad. Basically, we have some parameters. I went on ChatGPT and generated this brief, right? So we can practice what we would kind of have to do if we had a real client. We got scenario 2, which will be a studio shot. The goal is for a clean render for a brochure or a press release. Then we got scenario 3, which is a lifestyle campaign. Porsche in action on a social media magazine or media. And then the first one here was launch for a billboard, wide format rendered for a highway billboard sign, right? So we all start off with the exact same car, which I got the model provided inside of the ad, and then we're gonna get on a time schedule, 2 weeks to put this thing out and get it done. So I'll probably be working on that all week, and then I'm also going to be getting back to live streaming. My daughter goes back to school tomorrow, so I'll be back on my live streams in the morning, my 1 hour in Blender, for those of you guys who used to enjoy that. So we'll be back on that. Okay, let's quickly jump into our stats here. Paid members at the moment, that is, I'm making $472 a month with Blender Skool, with my Blender Skool program. And let's go to Skool trackings. Members today is 8/25/25, day of my birth. 31 members. Nothing's changed here. 472. And about page, how many people have we had come to our about page today? Let's close this one. Oops, that was actually the window I needed. About page number 86. I'm still not happy with these numbers here with this new funnel system that I've got going. If these numbers don't change soon, I'm gonna do something else, because I was getting more people, I was getting more traffic to my page without this new system that we've built, even though it brings more focused people, but it's killing my traffic massively. Like, I felt like I was getting more than I was before with my older system. So 6.7 is my churn rate. That means that is the percentage of people leaving my community. 6.7, anything under 10 is extremely excellent. I need to get my click-through rate up, more people to sign up. Let's go 6.7, put that in 6.7. So that has went down, but the click rate has not gone up. So yeah, look at these 98, 82, 84. These numbers were way better before I started this new system. So I don't know. We'll see how that pans out here. Constantly experimenting. If you're not experimenting, you're not trying to improve, right? Then we're gonna go in tracking our YouTube stats. YouTube stats today is 8/25. Current subscribers, come in here to dashboard. We were at 459. 8,459. That is an improvement of 4. And since I've been posting daily, just look at the numbers. Like, this is why I track. Look at the numbers. We can just see the number of growth. This is when I wasn't posting daily up here. I wasn't posting daily, kind of just sporadically. Now that I'm posting daily and putting stuff out there every day, the people are seeing. So if you're a newbie and you're trying to do the YouTube game in the beginning, just post a lot. Doesn't matter if your videos are good or not. You're gonna suck. Get it out the way. Where are my analytics? Then our watch time and click-through rate probably has not changed, because that does not change daily. These numbers take a little bit more time to to change these numbers. Click-through rate is 3.0. Same thing, 3.0, and 1.52 on average view duration. 1.52. Yep, 1.52. Cool. All right, guys. So we'll see you tomorrow. And yeah, catch you guys tomorrow. Peace. Also, don't forget Blender Octane Skool. I totally forgot to mention that. If you guys are new to Blender and you're checking out the videos, I do have a free Blender 101 guide link down in the description. Will help you get started for free learning Blender Octane.